What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dash today. It is the 16th day of November, and here we are at about $96 with 7 hours and 33 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get into it, my friends. Here we are. I was looking at the 4-hour time frame just now, thinking that it's very obvious at this point that we are going to move higher by the end of this day, even, right? I mean, we've got what, 7 hours 33 minutes left. Yeah, we'll be above $100 again by the end of this day, absolutely. And the reason we know this is because, well, here, while you were breaking down, you back tested prior support for resistance. So you rejected, you came down. What do we do here on this first attempt? Well, we found resistance at prior resistance, prior support, and we came down. Here, we did the exact same thing at the exact same level, and we came down, but lesser, right? Notice how this time was extreme rejection off of prior support. This was lesser, and then this was even lesser here, and now we're coming back up. It's like we are working our way to breaking out of this little area of resistance, this little pocket of turbulence right here, okay? Turbulence right there. I very much do believe that we'll see Dash move higher. I wouldn't be surprised at all if not only were you closing above $100, but you're probably up at about, let's see, 106 to 113 by the end of today, if not certainly early tomorrow. That might be your next kind of stopping point, somewhere about 10% higher to about 17.6% higher. I do expect, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I do expect that you'll find a little bit of turbulence here. Probably pull back and find support and then move up higher. But there is a caveat to that, right? Typically, whenever you have a high and a low, you draw your Fibonacci retracement of a move here. Typically what happens is you'll find resistance at your 382, find support at your 236, move up to your golden ratio. But that's not what we did here. Here we found resistance at the 0.5, support at the 236, and now we're moving up. It's very common on your first attempt to find resistance at the golden ratio. Okay, very common to find resistance there, pull back, find support here, and then move up. Okay, but there are times where you break through the golden ratio on your first attempt and you hit this zone instead. We have not interacted with the golden ratio zone yet. Again, statistically speaking, the first interaction we do find resistance here. But the times where I've seen that on the first interaction we bypass the golden ratio zone and we go up here are from moments where we do interact with the 0.5 and consolidate beforehand. I'm not saying that we will rally all the way up to $123 to $135. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen over the next day, but it could. It could. We really could be all the way up at $123 to $135 within the next 24 hours, right? We're clearly in a zone, a little pocket of turbulence here. We break that. Who's to say that we don't make a move like that, right? Dash has definitely seen more voluptuous moves than that in a 24-hour period. It wouldn't be too hard for it to do that. But again, going off of the statistical probability that we do find resistance at the golden ratio on the first attempt, one might expect still that 106 to 113.7 could provide resistance as well. If I'm being honest, though, just looking at this, I don't know, man. I kind of do think that we go to 123, 130. A lot of cryptos have been finding significance at their 786 lately. This fib level here, Bitcoin specifically. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll come back to this, okay? We'll come back to this. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame and then we'll zoom back out. 1 hour time frame here. And something with some volume on it. Coinbase, yeah. Moving up, consolidating, looking like you want to break through. The RSI, you do have bearish divergence, right? You've got this high, lower high, lower high, but that's just a farce. It's just there to confuse you. Really, you looked really good, right? You did have bearish divergence here, and then here you had a higher close, lower close here, so you made the move down. That's what this move was. You did have bearish divergence, or actually no, you didn't have bearish divergence between these points. It was a lower high and a lower high here, and you've already made the move down, so no bearish divergence. You've already seen your bearish divergence. Now you're ready to go higher. Really what you're doing is not forming bearish divergence on the 1 hour RSI. You're consolidating above the 50. You're holding this uptrend, these higher lows, these higher highs. You're going to come up. That's what's happening. You're bouncing off your lower trend line. That's what's happening. Stochastics look bullish. The MACD looks bullish. All good things on the 1 hour time frame. Back to the 4 hour now. The RSI is very bullish. What I don't like to see is that we've rejected the overbought zone a couple times. You've gotten in there, but in and out, in and out. It's the same thing as a rejection, right? Might as well be a rejection, right? Like it basically is. So what I want to see is that we don't get in and out on this next attempt. I want us to stay in it. I want us to get in there and get some deeper drives, something that is at least at an 80 read or higher. to show that we are seeing a significant move, that we are in fact ready to go higher. And with that, again, I really wouldn't be surprised if we did go all the way up to about 124 or higher. You know, I was very confident. It's just different because looking at this here, looking at this chart, we've already interacted with the golden ratio on Coinbase. On this chart, we haven't. There's no wick there. So what do I do? What am I to do? The Binance chart says no. The Coinbase chart says yes. We've already interacted with it. I guess I'd go off the Binance chart because there's more data. But using the Coinbase chart, we've already seen our golden ratio hit, pulled back. We should move to the 786, 886. I'm pretty inclined to believe that we do go to 124 to 135. And looking at this 4-hour time frame, guys, I don't think we have much time before that happens. The stochastics are holding the 50 for support. You look great. The MACD, there is bearish divergence, but you're still building above. I mean, you crossed above the zero. We've consolidated now for about a day and a half, and you look ready to go. We've been consolidating really since here, and we're ready to go. I think we are ready to go. So I'm going to call for it. Just outright 124 to 135. That's next. That's where we're going. I don't think we stop at 106 to 113. If we do, it's like momentary on the way to this target. This is the target area. Then from there, we should pull back to our golden ratio, find support, and likely progress higher. It could be, and I wouldn't be surprised if next week, we are at the weekly close today, right? We've got like how many hours left? Like 7.5 hours left in this day here, in this week right now. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this next week, a full 7 days goes by, if we were pushing this $191 target or higher. Okay, maybe we're not above 190 by the end of next week. Don't get me confused, but somewhere again, I don't think that we're just going to move up in a swift, non-stop formation all the way up here. I think that we'll move up. We'll find resistance and turbulence, and we'll move up again. And by that time, just the way that I have it drawn here, it'll be Friday. So by the end of next week, we really could be, I think, above $200. That's all I'm trying to say. We're at $98 right now. You want 100% gains in a week? You want to go to sleep and make 100% gains in the next 7 days? Right? That's what you do. You just put it in here and wake up in a week. It'll probably be around 191 to 260, somewhere in that range. I wouldn't be surprised. Not that it has to happen, but that's my call at the moment. That call is subject to change. Don't hold me to it, to the upside or to the downside. The daily RSI has reset, right? We have lower lows here, higher lows there, hidden bullish divergence. Likely what we're coming up to do is form a lower high that will give us bearish divergence from wherever our higher high is, right? We look at this here. We have a high to a low. We went right up to our 1886. We actually went through our 1886 level. This is on the Coinbase chart, which we've already established has some wicks to it. So let's use a non-wicking chart. Too much. Okay, wow. Actually, what the heck, man? Oh, it's because of this high wick here. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like how different it is. This chart seems to be more respected, so I'll use that. We actually did go, we went all the way up here. But again, the reason why we went higher than the 1886200 here is because on the Coinbase chart, this wick is at $72, where here on the Binance chart and the chart that I think every other exchange has, we're at $61. I think Coinbase just had a little bit less liquidity, little thinner order books, and we probably just wicked higher there. That might not be the best representation. Though you are respecting it to a certain degree. I like this fib more. All I'm trying to say here is we did deep extensions before. From a high to low, we have a little bit of a deeper retracement now. We probably see deep extensions here as well, or maybe not. We're not going to go all the way up here, right? I'm confident. I'm very confident of the $200 to $260 range. Past that, I want to wait, right? It is possible that from here we do rally all the way up to 330 to 364. It is possible. And I mean, to be completely fair, ultimately, I think that's where we're going to go. I think that we will see those targets by the end of the year. But into the next week, I don't know. I think that we stop somewhere between 190 and 260. And then likely from that point, we will have bearish divergence on our daily RSI. Likely from that point, we will pull back and find support at our prior areas of resistance here. And then we will continue higher. Okay, so all in all, Dash right now, $99. It was at 97 when we started the video. You're probably moving your way up to prices that are around, what is it right now? Over the next day, I would say. You're moving up to targets that, I mean, like it could be by the end of today or it could be by the end of tomorrow, probably $123 to $135. Then from there, you'll probably consolidate for a few days back to the golden ratio zone for support. And then going into the end of the week, we should be moving higher. By the end of this week, if we're not at 190 to 260, that's fine. We might just get there next week instead then. Or no, not the end of next week, the following week. But I would expect by the end of this next week, right? It's the very end of the week now, 7 hours, 23 minutes left in this day and this week. By the end of this next 7-day period, we should be above 150, okay? And I'm thinking we'll be above 190, but time will tell. Anyways, I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. If anybody's wondering, is it a good time to buy Dash? It's not a great time to buy Dash, right? It was a better time to buy when we were saying buy here. We're at prior areas of resistance. Everybody's bearish. It's time to go. But yeah, it's a good time to buy. I think if we buy here, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I think that day over day, I mean, within the next 24 hours, I'm assuming we're going to see something on the lines of like a 20% pump or more, right? High to low. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 26% pump or more. 26 to a 40% pump in the next 24 hours. That's my expectation. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again, but that's all I got. So I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.